A week ago, Marian Leondraliu was preparing for a London date against Steve Foster Jr. Well, that fight fell through, but in the tradition of the old knuckle sport, have gum shield well straddled, the Romanian filed himself in Leipzig like the rest of us. Fascinating a man is Marian. He can eat up and slim down like a demented Weight Watcher. A year ago he fought light welter. 6 months ago he made feather. That's a 14-pound fluctuation. Nonetheless, a potential banana skin for Bernard Dunne, and it's round one. Both, as you can see, orthodox leading with their left hand. And you can see also at the beginning that Leondraliu is a taller man, as you might expect for somebody who went up into the weight division of Ricky Hatton. This, I believe, at 9'2", may be the heaviest that Bernard Dunne has ever fought. Early sparring session, feeling each other out. No time, of course, for either man to work out on the other and look at videos and all that sort of stuff that boxers do, get themselves in the mood. Nice little tight jab there from the Romanian. Dunne is a boxer and a puncher, and so long as he can contain himself and don't go for the early headshots and try and have premature ends and boxes well and keeps himself tidy, he's as good as there is anyone. Just his distance was out of range just a little bit and forced it. A nice, compact, composed opening by Bernard Dunne. He's showing off his stuff. He's not trying to fight. He's not trying to get into a brawl, and that has to be very good.
What he wants to do against the guy like this, Jimmy, is box this guy. This guy looks a bit dangerous to me. This guy looks to me that if he catches Bernard with a good shot here, he'll hurt him, because he looks to be a slightly harder puncher at this weight than what he is at lightweight and light welter. So I would be very careful. Keep this at long distance. Like Bernard Dunne is a good boxer. There's no point in getting involved in a brawl if you don't have to.
Good thinking. Have you only transferred that to the thoughts of Bernard Dunne in the ring? Because you're quite right, this man had a walk around weight of about 10.5, maybe nearly 11 stone, so he's going to have power. But Dunne is a lovely boxer. It's one of the things he always had as an amateur. Lovely punch picker, and that's what he's doing here in Leipzig this evening, picking his shots nice and calm, and it's good to see Bernard Dunne like this. He is really up for this one in a huge way. The green-hatted brigade are here supporting him, as they always do. There must be a couple of dozen of them were outside the arena waiting for it to open when we arrived hours ago. So that's really emotional stuff for Bernard Dunne, but they're dwarfed in this big crowd here in Leipzig, and they're not trying to get him to fight when boxing is obviously the proper thing to do. That's a good left to the body there from Dunne. He's been very composed. It's nice to see this. I think this augurs well, not just for tonight, but for the long-term future, because we all know that crown. It doesn't matter what world crown it is. If you can carry a world crown on your head, well, it gives you another impetus as well. And he's desperately anxious to make
that's a lovely hook.
Beautiful left hook to the body from Dunne. Great left hook. And that one must have hurt the Romanian. He's picked out some great shots tonight, Bernard Dunne. And you know, the interesting thing about them, Dave Boy, that only most of them were above the belt, just on the margins.
Yeah, the ones that he was pulled for were right on borderline. They weren't in a dangerous position. They were around the side, on the belt, and I don't think they were low enough to deserve the referee giving him not a public warning, but saying, hey, keep him up a wee bit. Because the right border, that was a lovely combination there. Lovely. That's a beautiful left hook to the body. That's the punch he wants to concentrate on, because that's the one that saps the strength from your body. That's a really good shot. This guy's
is a lovely performance, isn't it?
It is, and Leondraliu, he's getting slightly frustrated here because he can't really get a good clean shot on Bernard Dunne here. The defenses are tight, and he's moving in and out. That was lovely stuff again. Everybody's happy because he's coasting this fight. He's won every round in my book. There's no doubt about it. He's fighting a picture book fight. The corners are pleased, the fans are pleased. We're sitting here, we're happy. But as you said, Jimmy, we don't want to count the chickens before they hatch. This is a nice exchange here. Good left hook there from Bernard Dunne. Caught him bang on the chin. We need more of those. Loads more. And he's throwing his punches now with a bit more authority. That's a cracking left uppercut there. Lovely. Bang on the chin. And Drula, he really felt. Look at that lovely stuff.
He's throwing the whole textbook on him, hasn't he?
Every really good fight for him. These are the sort of fights that Dunne needs, because his fight game will improve at least 50% after this. If Bernard fights guys that he's knocking over in 2 or 3 rounds, he learns nothing. But this fight here, he'll have learned loads. And these are the sort of fights that he needs, and he needs more of these fights, because This makes you learn. This is a really awkward, experienced opponent he's fighting here. Oh, cracking left hook to the body. Yep. This guy's only been stopped, I think, twice in his career.
He's had it, I think.
He doesn't want to go on. He's finished.
Struggling.
He doesn't want to know.
Gasping for breath. Gasping for
Get
breath.
in there and get that left hook to the body once. Go on. Right hand, left hook.
He's down again, and Dunne is on his way.
What a result, Jimmy. To stop this guy is unbelievable. This guy's been with some really good opponents, and they haven't stopped him. This guy is as tough as nails, and Bernard Dunne is doing a job on him tonight.
It's over. Bernard Dunne has won it, and won it in convincing, marvellous style by boxing dreamlike. If you wanted to see Bernard Dunne getting somewhere near his potential, ladies and gentlemen, on Network 2, you've seen it this very evening, because he has been. That's a good performance. What a performance. The left jabs were picture book.
Yeah, we see it here. Look, he did that left hook to the body. He was working on that from round one, and it's paid. Look at this, watch this, bang, here it goes. Oh, look at that, lovely, lovely, lovely stuff. That really hurt. There he goes, knocked the wind right out of his seals. That is very, very, very painful. And down he went, and he didn't want to know. The second time down, he didn't want to know. Good stuff. Really, that was a really good result for Bernard Dunne tonight. He beat a really top-class opponent here.
He was like a boxing tailor. He measured them up for those shots earlier on.
And then
some of them were a bit near the scissors, but eventually he got them.
Yep.
He was brilliant.
Very good, very impressed.
Against a very good opponent.
Zählte unseren rumänischen Gast nach 2:07 der 6. Runde aus und damit Sieger durch K.O. Winner by KO and still unbeaten from Ireland.
Still unbeaten, winner by KO. How proud we are of the man. Bernard Dunne is the winner, 18-0, and maybe the end of January, February in Dublin, we'll see him again. But he's worth seeing. What do you think?
Brilliant. Absolutely.
The first thing he came over to Jimmy McGee and said was patience. This was all about showing that you're a boxer as well as a fighter.
It was, you know, the one thing we wanted in the dressing room was to control the fight and control the pace, you know. There's no need for us to get this accidental head clash, and that's what we were aware of, you know. We didn't want that happening, because again, we want to box early in the new year. But you know, he was a dangerous opponent. He's been in at a lot heavier weights and gone a couple of rounds with some decent fighters, you know. So for us to get him away early was fantastic, considering like we are a super bantamweight, you know.
Yeah.
And we stepped up in weight to take this fight.
You spoke as well after the last fight about patience. It's clear that you feel that you need to develop some extra skills. What other skills are you working on?
You know, I think early in my career I was rushing in an awful lot. You know, like I'm nowhere near the finished article. You know, we've loads of learning still to do. You know, but we're gradually taking the right steps. You know, and one thing we wanted to do going into that ring was to control the fight, and control ourselves. You know, and not go rushing in and not making mistakes. And you know, eventually the shot came after we were working on a left hook to the body, and once I hit him with it, you know, it was game.
You hit him in the same spot a couple of times. It's clear that's something you are actually working on. Just what about the other thing of actually coming here for this fight at short notice? That must have been something that was playing on your mind as well. It
was. Obviously, preparations weren't ideal. You know, but I'm always fit. I'm always ticking over in the gym. You know, I wanted to fight. You know, I had 3 fights this year. You know, and we wanted to keep moving along. If I hadn't a box now, it'd have been late Jan, early Feb with the next fight. That would have been 4 months in between fights, you know. And just down with Brian, and Brian decided, you know, it was time to get a fight in and keep ourselves going, and keep our momentum going, and keep ourselves in the public eye. You know, we don't want to get forgotten about, you know. And you know, as well as boxing at home, you know, we are looking at abroad. Germany, America's definitely calling us back, you know.
Yeah. Brian, a promoter's dream, a fighter who's ready to fight at short notice and who says he's not the finished article. Do you hear this kind of stuff from him often?
Well, I don't know. Well, Bernard's definitely is the ultimate professional, and he keeps himself. He's ready to go. Doesn't matter who it is or when it is or where it is. And as you can see, that was a great performance. That was a very, very tough guy. I don't know if people quite, even though he had a lot of losses, they were at 18 pound heavier. That's the weight that the guys that stopped him, 20 pound heavier nearly. So that was a hell of a performance.
It's the end of the year now, so talk to me a little bit about how this year has gone for you. I mean, at the end of it, still undefeated. There's a championship belt there. There's crowds now in Germany and in Dublin who know exactly who Bernard Dunne is.
Yeah, well, he's a nice few quid now. He can buy me a nice Christmas present. No, gone very well. Couldn't have went better. RT Sport backing us. This is going home to everyone in Ireland, so that's great. And America's like I get calls. America's on the phone all the time, but we had a lot of our own shows planned, so we couldn't. We didn't want to go to America. They were like short notice fights are not really good. They can be potential banana skins, you know.
There's going to be a big announcement next week?
Yes, there's going to be an announcement next Thursday on Bernard when he'll be fighting early next year in Dublin.
All right, well, folks, enjoy your Christmas.
I'm looking forward to it, yeah. You know, happy Christmas to everybody back home.